All right. Let me see.
Yo.
Wait a minute. Trying to. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, hold up. I'm trying to figure out my. Let me turn my volume up. Uh.
Alrighty. What's good, everybody? This is the first ever episode of the Pick and Roll podcast. I am your host, DeAndre Hawkins. Alongside me, I got my co-host, my boy, my college teammate, my boy Ryan Fusco. He is currently not here for the first ever episode of this podcast, but he will be joining me for our future episodes. But today, right here, man, this is the big one right here. Normally, when people they start off their podcast, they do it with just themselves, but I'm opening up with some heat. I got my boy. He is, I consider him family. El Toro grad from Lake Forest, Cal Poly Pomona grad,
Yes, sir.
and he currently right now plays professionally over in Japan. I got my
Yep.
guy. He's a bucket getter. His name is Get Buckets _40. Please give up for my boy, Mr. Jordan Faison. Faison, how you doing today, man?
Hey man, I'm good, bro. I'm blessed to be a part of the Pick and Roll podcast, bro. This is man, my day was cool, but now it's better. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, Faze, please tell me about the transition from your high school career. I read online actually that you did receive some I have it right here. I don't know where I did with what I did with it, but obviously you have some first team. You were also a co
Mhm.
MVP of your league. Talk to me a
Yo,
little bit about your high school career.
man, dude, high school was it was a journey. It was a journey, bro. I literally started off. I came in freshman year. Came with all my boys and stuff. We all played like the little AU and like the little SoCal league or whatever before then. And I coming in, I was only like five. I want to say like 5'8". So I was a guard. I was a
Oh,
guard coming in freshman year, and we was guard heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like my class, we only had like two bigs, so the spots was, ooh man, it was slim pickings out there, my guy. So freshman year came in, was playing a little bit in the beginning, but then kind of went to the bench towards the end of the year. And then sophomore year, uh, I was like I grew to like 6'1", but I was still like, I was on the sophomore team, was kind of just like trying to find my way a little bit, was still in the back, coming off the bench, everything, didn't really play that much. And then my junior year, I was like 6'4", and then then actually I was still playing guard basically, like I was still kind of like on the bench playing guard, but then my boy Elliot, he got hurt, and he was like our starting big. And so then my coach was like, he was like, hey, like I want you to play the five. And I was like, shit, I ain't never played the five. But I'm like, gets me on the court, forget it, man. I'm with it.
exactly,
so
exactly.
so yeah, then it kind of just took off from there. And yeah, then I only had 1 year on varsity, because that junior year I was on JV. So I had 1 year on varsity and had to and then going into my senior year that summer, I had fractured my foot. I had
Oh
fractured my
man.
left foot. Yeah. So I had to play like um I had to sit out or whatever before the season started, and then like it happened again during the season. And I just had to play through it, bro, because I didn't have, I was trying to make a name for myself. So
There you go. So I'm assuming, you had those offers, from the D1 schools, but then you also had offers from the Division II school. Obviously, you accepted the scholarship offer to Cal Poly Pomona. What
mhm.
was what was the biggest decision as far as you pursuing to go to a Division II school? Because a lot of people who actually, who play athletics in high school, you already know how it is. They're like, oh, hashtag D1 bound. Now we grew up in the hashtag D1 bound
Right.
era. No one really understood that, oh man, like Division II players, they can hoop. Division III players,
Yeah.
they can hoop. So like there's nothing wrong with going Division II or Division III, NAI,
Mhm.
but what would you tell people decision along, as far as going Division two?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because actually I didn't have not a single D1 offer, and I only had one D2 offer, and that was from Cal Poly, bro.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah. So like I said, when I fractured my foot or whatever, like I had missed most of that summer. And then like I came back like during the season, obviously, and played, but then did it again. And so like I was like, yo, I ain't got nothing. Like I gotta play. And like the backup plan was to go to JUCO because the JUCO route is always an option. But
Exactly.
I was like, man, like I want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to play my senior year. So then literally Coach K and Coach Hill found me like towards like the end of the year, like the end of like the little like pre like winter league or whatever, and like the start of like actual season. And they just said like, yeah, we'll be in contact, won't. And then after the season they offered me. But yeah, I only had one offer. But um like you were asking me, like you can literally go any route you want. Like it doesn't always have to be like D1. Like it doesn't have to be like JUCO to D1, because like I know so many people that have been on so many different routes, bro, and like everybody has their own like personal opinion on it, you know. But for the most part, I feel like whatever is the best for you at the time, that's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna find talent wherever you go, but like obviously you can't always make it to where you want to go. So you got to make it. You got to get it how you live it. You know.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off some stats that you had. Cal Poly. I'm actually just some accolades we got here. So
Okay.
you were CCAA regular season champion 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Tournament champs from 2013 to 2015. You were
Yo.
CCAA first team from 2014, 15, and 16. You were a tournament MVP, first team in 2015. You were in there. I never knew this. They had this in Division Two, but you were a Reese's All-Star game in 2016, your senior year.
Yo.
All West. Listen, I want people to know that when I put this on social media, I want people to know that you have one offer, and I'm reading off a list. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'm not done. This list goes on.
He's all right, done.
All West District first team in 2016, senior year. This man right here, Mr. Faison, has the first in career field goals made in Cal Poly men's basketball history with 638. He had the second most points scored in Cal Poly men's basketball history with 1,600.
Right on the dot.
And he has second in games played in Cal Poly men's history with 121. Hold on, this list is. I'm sorry, I got to read the whole list off because I want people to know. He is third in total defensive rebounds in Cal Poly men's history with 493, and he also is third in total blocks with 113. Faison, this ain't no regular stat line.
Hey, wait, I just want to point out in case he's watching, my boy Jay Young, our boy Jay Young,
Oh yeah, our
him.
boy JR, yes.
He was saying that he had passed me in blocks, and I had looked it up, and I was like, man, when he told me that boy's right behind me, fourth. Boy's out there lying.
He out there lying. That's he better recognize, because look, I play with you. I got a story for the people out there who are gonna watch this episode. Okay. Hey, so this man right here, Mr. Faison, he came out here, my brother, my boy Q Money, Quentin Taylor. He played with Jordan on his team at Cal Poly. He came down here. I'm from Palm Springs, all right? He came down here, went to a rec out here in my hometown, and actually India. We came over there. It was me, my boy here and my brother. And I remember, obviously, out here in the Valley, man, I'm telling you right now, you stand out. You're 6'7", 6'8", you won't stand out because people over here, they don't reach over above 6'4". I'm sorry, that's what it is. I'm probably one of the tallest dudes out here. That's it's pretty crazy, but it's the truth. Yeah. I remember specifically there was a guy that came there, and he looked at you, And and it was a side courts. We weren't playing full. It was full court, but it was going
Some
like this
side
way
joints. We was trying to
instead
get
of
it in.
hey, we was getting it in, okay. And you just come out. We come out here. We're not looking for nothing serious. We're just over here, just trying to get a little workout in. Because at the time I was playing JUCO ball. Everyone's in there trying to get some cardio in. And I specifically remember one play. Dude came up to you, like, I got this man. I'm a guard him. I'm a guard him. And I looked at my brother, and he told me, because I remember he told me he was coming out. It was my first time playing. Hey, man, it's not the truth. And I watched a couple of games ago. I was like, yeah, that's not the truth. But actually physically being on the court with you and seeing how patient the game is for you. And this is mind blowing to me because you said you were a guard in high school and you didn't get to play the 5-man until senior year. So that's mind blowing to me because the skill transition set for you was that now you got to learn how to get that soft touch around there. Yeah, post game. Had to finish left hand, right hand hooks. I mean, it's all in the perimeter. You know what I mean? Then you also can expand your game. You got a little dribble team. So when I seen you actually doing it, I just remember one play. You're posting up, boom, boom, and I'm not even joking. I see you rise up and you dunk on the man. Everybody in the gym was like, oh. I remember specifically my brother said, "That's why I told you guys. Y'all don't know. Got to get past those mountains." So that was a little story I had to share, man. Because after that, I was like, I told myself I never talking mess to this man again. only on 2K. Hey, look, only on 2K.
Yeah, hey, speaking of that, we gotta run that back pretty soon, man. I gotta get back in the lab. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't, but I still gotta get my rematch.
All right, man. So we're gonna transition over. Obviously, you had a spectacular career at Cal Poly. So the choice. All right. So this was a decision that you made to pursue to play overseas. Talk to me about how that process was from going from collegiate basketball into overseas. Did you partake in the NBA draft? Did you want to go undrafted? Was the first choice to try to go into the G League? Talk to me about a little bit about your decision after college.
Man, so yeah, like it was like it wasn't difficult, but it was kind of like I kind of had to figure it out for myself, if that makes sense. Like I didn't really have like a guide to be like, oh, okay, you should do this, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know how to enter the NBA draft. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, I'm Division One. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm be done. I can't even enter the draft. Like I'm thinking, oh, I didn't go D1, so I can't enter the draft. So like literally after college, I was like, okay, well, I was like, I still want to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, I'm gonna go overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like the dream was still go to NBA, but I'm like, shoot, if I can go overseas and use it as a stepping stone to get to, the league, so be it. Or if I can make a career out of it, so be it. So yeah, so I talked to Coach K, my coach, and he was like, oh, like yeah, there's this guy. He's managed some of our players before, and he asked about you like right when the season was over, like what you want to do. He wants to represent you. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, let's do it. Like that's the whole learning process for me. So I link up with the dude and he's like, yeah, Yaklers are great. Like I'm gonna talk to these teams. And he was trying to get me on some like really high level teams, like just straight out of D2. And me, I'm not knowing anything about overseas. So I'm like, oh, okay. And like he's coming back and it's like, oh, it's between me and this other guy, and they're taking the other guy. And it's like, oh, this team, they're going with a guard instead now. So I'm sitting here like, dang. I'm like, am I like trash? And am I even gonna be able to play? Like, what is going on? I was like, yo, I'm like, because like it's getting later and later in the summer. And so then this dude hits me up on Facebook, and it's so random, but for anybody that watches this and they're coming out of college and they're trying to find an agent, bro, go on Facebook. I promise you, like all the agents are on Facebook. I don't